Hello everybody out there, this is Steve Silverstein. I'm here today with my fellow chap gentleman, Mr. Roger Blackstone.
Hello everyone, greetings from down under. This is Roger Blackstone. I'm very pleased to be with you tonight.
Yes, and cheers from Soho, New York. Haha, it's a wonderful night tonight.
Ha.
Now, we were chatting over, well, I'm over here, I got a business trip I've been doing, but, you were showing me one, nasty racist website named, Stormfront.
Oh, Stormfront, the very lowbrow, crass,
Yes.
They're not our aristocratic, fascism, or nuanced fascism that appreciates the fine beauty of Israeli Aryanism. These are your gutter neo-Nazis. You find just very nasty people, and we are here to ridicule their ignorance of Israeli Aryanism.
Well, they might have poor taste in how they qualify different races, but it turns out this one article from 2 years past calls "What Race is Alicia Silverstone?"
Oh, yes. It all starts out, Eric Powers says, "I'm talking about which Europoid subrace she falls under. She's obviously not a typical Jew of the Armenoid type. I would like an expert in racial classification to classify Miss Silverstone a Jewess. I always thought it was white."
White? Well, she says this other guy, this Repo 6 Romeo, says that she's just a very Aryan-looking half-Jewish. That sounds something very familiar, Mr. Roger. Are you talking about Israeli Aryanism?
Oh, yes. Definitely. Reaper 6 Romeo says she is just a very Aryan-looking half-Jew. Her father was some kind of businessman, and her mother was a flight attendant who betrayed her race.
I don't think there's no betrayal of race if it's improving.
There's only one race. There are
Yes.
Israeli Aryans, and then there are the Untermenschen, who is everyone else.
Yes. Perfect. Well, it seems to me that the Stormfront have been talking about this since 2003. There's another article.
They are very suppressed in their sexual libido. They're all jerking off to Israeli Aryan women the same way that Rick Wilson jerks off to anime.
Well, what's a young chap supposed to do? Well, it's a nice way of keeping it under the cover, isn't it? I mean...
Yes, and Defend Our Homeland says, "I would be more concerned about Hollywood in general making another race-mixing film than whether or not Alicia Silverstone's a Jew. She's trash, which is the only thing we need to know about her." Silly
trash.
Nazis.
I think they need to understand more about where this is coming from. I mean, even from old articles from 2007, they said that Alicia Silverstone is a Zionist actress to appear in PETA, of all things. What are we supposed to do about that?
Oh, you know what? I was thinking of buying a new mink coat to be a pimp daddy with my Israeli Aryan harem, but she actually convinced me that that is a very cruel thing to do, and I've given up my mink coats, and I've donated them to the Eskimos in Antarctica.
Well, I have a huge wardrobe that I have imagined, but I'm going to use them for all the pretty blonde Jewish women I'm farming, as what you're doing too, Mr. Blackstone.
And then Slavic Nationalist says, "How can a Jew or half-Jew look very Aryan? This is complete opposite. If someone is Jewish, he won't look very Aryan, or at least Aryan. You just said her look disqualifies her from being Jewish, so the only thing you could use to state such a thing is to know her personality, and you can't know that due to the fact that you have never met her before. You need to decide then if she is Jewish and or not, because this whole statement is silly, and it doesn't make any sense. I find it hilarious. Almost any question on Stormfront about certain people and their possible Jewishness is going to be answered positive like that. For me, she looks like a normal white girl. Well, Slavic nationalist, I think you're getting somewhere, but normal white girls do not have the beauty of Israeli Aryanism. I'm sorry about that.
I know there's something different about the Israeli Aryan figure. Yes, it's the blonde hair, but I think what great is the Jewish figure. I think that is a very fine and very rare thing to come by. You know, only a few people get to enjoy it, and I think everyone else knows it is, and it's both our mission to preserve such an ultimate race of people in the future.
And just look at those beautiful facial expressions, like the very, very unique. Like it's just like you don't see that every day. It's a very, very unique phenotype.
It's only a matter of time before we initiate the Silverstone plan, and everyone will get their beautiful Nordic Israeli Aryan women.
So then, do you want to read the next comment?
Oh, sure. Well, I was looking over the Peter one, and some people are even shocked that she's Jewish. This one Hector of Troy from 2007 wrote, "A Jewish? That's a shame. I used to think she was sort of hot and a nice figure too." Well, she definitely is hot. I don't understand why it'd be such a shame that she is part Jewish.
Of course she is! She's Israeli Aryan, silly!
I know that. But these low types didn't know what it was before then. Back in
they do not have they don't appreciate the finer details of the phenotype. To them, everyone is either your stereotypical white blonde in the Aryan in the wheat field meme, or there's some or they're like some hook nose or Shylock, or there's some a China man with the big buck teeth, or there's a big bootied African chick, but they don't understand the finer detail and nuance of the phenotype. They're very low IQ individuals.
I was once teaching a class at one university of race and Judaism, and about the subject between the races and Judaism, and there was a nice little girl in that class. She had blonde hair too, and she was a waitress for Hooters, out of all places. You think these big bosom women, and here she is, one of the old blonde Jewish women looking for Hooters. It's such a thing, and I think these are being preserved, and I think it's almost our mission, a very humanitarian cause.
Issue. There's another comment by Hyperborean. If a half-Jew has a Jewish father, they tend to have less Jewishness than they had a Jewish mother. Well, okay, so here's the deal with Israeli Aryanism. You need to have the Aryan men, and they need to impregnate the women. So, actually, he's not totally getting Israeli Aryanism, because I'm building up a harem, and I'm building a new race of Israeli Aryanism, Aryan women, and I'm breeding a whole new race, and they are all my descendants, and I am Aryan, and my father was a great aristocrat, and so he doesn't understand Israeli Aryanism, and then...
Well, here's the thing. Mr. Celtic Cross wrote, "This is why I was so confused about the Jews. You have Alicia Silverstone, who doesn't look Jewish at all, and the opposite end is Fran Drescher freaks you just cringe at. I knew Jews could have blue eyes, but I never suspect Jews could have blonde hair because I thought blonde hair was a sign of indicating white people. But I'm still young here."
That is what is the magic about it.
Yes.
It's an Aryan trait, but with the unique beauty that is not found in your typical white skank.
Oh, yes. There's a different mannerism that's going to be with our Israeli and Aryan women. Well, we're making sure that happens very different. I think there's so much benefits with having an Israeli Aryan wife, you know. It's only a matter of time before it becomes true. Yes. Let's see another comment here. Sarah Michelle Gellar and Alicia Silverstone Jewish? Are you sure? Where did you hear this? In my opinion, I think some people are getting a bit obsessed with calling everyone famous Jewish. Possibly they're part Jewish, like 1/8 or 1/6 or less.
You know what? I heard rumors that Robert Stock and Pillita were part Jewish. I don't know who started that rumor,
Jewish?
but
No. I thought Pilito was he's Japanese, isn't he? I think I know that young lad. He was over one of our pool parties before, and I was there.
Yes, was he that young Thai twink boy?
Yeah. Well, if you want to say it that way, not that I've became over my homosexual desires. I don't mean to pray. I think Pilito is a wonderful gentleman. If you're inciting, I think he is a twink.
Stark fellow?
Well, yeah, Robert Stark, yes. I'm pretty sure he might have been a quarter Jewish. I mean, on that one Paul Ross show, they called him a Meshling.
A Mishling, yes. An Israeli Aryan, I think so. I think you're right.
Ah, yes. But they are, those two hosts, they are doing a lot on the Stark Truth, and maybe, Robert Stark is certainly a good candidate for the Israeli Aryan ideology, as he is promoting it with his upcoming podcast on the Crush.
Oh, yes, I can't wait. He is my ambassador to the United States. He is the advocate of the American people. But the Americans don't really, I don't think the Americans are onto it yet. It's a very esoteric thing. Only Australians get it.
Ah. Well, it's certainly in New York City area. You might come across some up-and-coming trendy Israeli Aryan women. They just need to be Israeli-pilled in order to sound the benefits of being a part of this new race of people.
The gold pill.
The gold pill. I've never heard that one before.
The gold pill.
Yes, that's wonderful. Gold.
Because they have golden hair, and we all know what ethnic group has a lust for gold.
Me too. I'm in my...
Happy merchant?
Talking on my golden computer right now. Yes.
Yes, of course.
If they adhere to the Jewish religion, they can't be a part of our people in a real sense because they can never be spiritually part of our people. If they believe in Jews, they are committed to the Jewish race and tribe, not our race and tribe, and therefore they are not white, even if they are physically white. Again, I am reading some more Stormfront comments, which I find very fascinating, yet I do think there's this flirtation with the beautiful look of the Israeli Aryan woman. Yes. But, I think this is...
one more post by Nordic Liberation. Indeed, the good Jews are the ones who reject foreskin amputation. Being as Alicia Silverstone is a full of Proto-Indo-European DNA, I strongly suggest that she possesses a strong conscience and therefore would not perpetrate foreskin amputation upon her male child. So I googled it and my suspicion was confirmed. See, even the Stormfronters are starting to get it.
They are.
They are under our control.
Ah, yes. No little control of us, Give them, some of our power, and they'll come eventually to our side. I mean, yes, I think it's all reading these contents are just fascinating and a lot of gold wisdom you can have. I'm going to be gold pilling some of the girls I know down the block now after tomorrow night. But I think we had a good and progressive conversation, don't you think, Roger?
Oh yes, one of our best ones ever.
All right. Hopefully we'll continue the conversation from there later on. Tootles!
Tootles, ta-ta!
Bye-bye.